Howdy. How are y'all doing today? I hope everybody's doing great. I'm doing okay. I've had some challenges in the past week, that's for sure. But I am here to share my personal journal with you for the last week. So this is going to be from Friday, December the 3rd until today, which is Thursday, December the 9th. So let's just jump right in here and see what I've been up to this week. Okay. Okay, this is Friday. We had a high in the low 70s and a low in the low 40s. It was foggy and cloudy and misting rain. And this was the 3rd. Well, it looks like good weather broke today. It's cloudy and dreary, although not cold. And even though my joints were aching, I got up early and I got busy on some projects. I completed our stockings today. I worked on them all morning. I'm happy with how they turned out. After I finished sewing them and ironing them, I took them in the paint room and I put our initials on them with glue and red glitter. I think they turned out great for my first project on my new sewing machine. So I think I have a video of that, of the finished stockings, if you'd like to check that out. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. That's the first things I actually made with the sewing machine, besides some little masks, which are just squares. So I was learning how to drive it. I guess that's what you say when you make lines that are not straight. Since the weather is gloomy, the cats are staying in today. So excuse me, it's a great day for grooming. I washed eyes and noses and ears, and I gave all of them a good brushing, especially Norma Jean. And she's been looking a little rough lately, so she got extra attention with the brush. I wish I could groom Willow. I bet he would like it, but he wouldn't understand, I don't think. I might could try. He loves petting. Maybe I could pet him with a brush. Um, I worry about that right eye. Yeah, he's got a red shadow in just part of his right eye. And I will definitely have the vet take a look at that when he goes. And I am waiting until after the holidays to begin the annual visit. So I have to take my 5 house cats in, starting with Norma Jean. She's the most important. And then I'll probably just go through them by age and carry them all to the vet. And then when I get done with everybody and recover financially from that, because uh, each cat is about $100 per annual visit. If I have anything done, like if they have to have an x-ray or a culture or, whatever, it winds up being around $100. And so, with the medicines and the flea pills and all that I get for them. So that's $500 right after Christmas that I'm going to have to spend. And that's why I'm waiting until after Christmas. So I won't have to spend our Christmas money on vet bills because they're all in good health. And we can postpone it a few weeks to get our annual checkup started. But as soon as that's all done, I'm going to take Willow. I'm going to get a humane trap and get him in there and get him fixed because he is intact. And I think that the smell of an intact male is causing the other cats to be nervous and wary of him. So then I'm going to have the vet do several things besides get him fixed. Of course, I want him to be given a flea pill and worm medicine and a round of shots, especially rabies, and just have him checked out real good and possibly groomed. Maybe they could give him some kind of medicated bath because his skin is kind of rough. When I pet his fur, I can feel that his skin has many little abrasions and things on it. So I think he needs a good bath. So that's my plan. I kind of got sidetracked there talking about the vet, but yeah, I've gotten 2 reminders. Over the next few weeks, I'll get 3 more, and we'll go ahead and get that started after the new year. As far as I know, Slim doesn't have to work this weekend, so I'm looking forward to spending some time together. Also, we plan on going to Virginia's so Slim can see what kind of bolts that she needs to put in her guest bed so she can put her bedroom set together. And we'll visit, of course. But it didn't work out that way. I never did get to go and see her this weekend. Very challenging weekend for me, you guys. So this was Saturday, the 4th. We had a high in the low 80s. Yeah, the 4th of December, our high temperature was around 83 degrees Fahrenheit. And our low was in the mid 60s. So it never got cold this day. I mean, you could go outside in short sleeves. It was very weird for December, even this far south. So it was warm and humid and overcast. Today I finished wrapping all my Christmas gifts and decorating them. I wish I could have enjoyed it more, but my hip was hurting until I was distracted and kind of grumpy. But I hung in there and I got them all done. And they all look so pretty under the tree. I wrapped everything in brown paper and then decorated the presents with stickers. I think they're really cute, and I made scenes on many of them by arranging the stickers, like a Christmas tree farm for Forest. And then one of them is some dinos opening presents. And I had all kinds of stickers, mermaids and sloths and llamas and unicorns and little gnomes and mushrooms. Oh my. I had fun decorating those packages, but it was tempered with being very uncomfortable. I was having a lot of pain in my hip while I was trying to do that. It seemed like the angle you have to bend at the waist when you're wrapping presents on a table, or sometimes even sitting down. It's like hard on your lower back. Anyway, after all the presents were wrapped and put under the tree, I had a long hot soak in the tub with some Epsom salts in it, but it didn't really help much. I'm stiff and sore and uncomfortable to the point of distraction. I've taken ibuprofen and Tylenol as much as is safe, and actually probably more than recommended. And I can't tell that it's helping at all because I'll alternate. I'll take like 2 ibuprofen, and 2 hours later, I'll take 2 Tylenol. And if that doesn't do anything, I might take a BC powder, which is made out of aspirin. So it's like ibuprofen, acetaminophen, and then aspirin. I'm taking a different kind every 2 hours, but they're all NSAIDs. They're all bad for your kidneys. They're all bad for your liver. I don't like taking pills at all, but sometimes when you're in pain, you do whatever you have to do to kind of get by. Oh, I sat on the heating pad and I played Lily's Garden, hoping for some relief, but to no avail. And I've really enjoyed that game. I downloaded the app Lily's Garden onto my smartphone, and it is so much fun. You play puzzles, just matching puzzles to get stars, and you use the stars to progress the game, which is you've inherited this big place from your aunt and you're fixing it all up, and you're doing flowers and you're doing, you know, all kinds of stuff. It's a huge garden, but there's buildings on it and all kinds of stuff. And um, I love it. So I can get really into that game and play that for quite some time. So I kind of set up on a heating pad and played that for a while, but it didn't really help. I may be wrong, but I feel like the weather has a lot to do with it. It's oddly warm and cloudy and still with light sprinkles. It feels pending somehow. That's the best way I can describe it. Just pending, like something's coming, like the weather is about to change, but it's not changing yet, but it's going to. I wish a big thunderstorm would go ahead and blow through and bring some fresh weather and clear skies. It's very difficult to sleep with pain. As anybody, I think almost everybody's experienced pain to where it kept you up at night. Okay, so moving on to Sunday the 5th. Uh, the high was in the low 80s and the low was in the low 50s, and it was drizzling rain. I was planning on going and seeing Virginia yesterday, but I wound up not going because my hip and lower back were hurting, and this morning is no different. I have half a dozen knots in my right lower back hip area that are the size of quail eggs. If you don't know what a quail egg is, they're little, about like that, but big for a knot. Um, yeah, and it hurts like the devil, and the weather doesn't help. We actually turned the air conditioning on for a little while last night because it was so warm and humid inside. And it's not the cold that bothers me so much as the time just before the weather changes. I guess it's the barometric pressure or something. I don't know, but it really sucks and there's no relief. As long as that weather is just holding with the overcast skies and the humid, still air, and maybe, just like sprinkling rain a little bit, but not really doing anything, just like that holding pattern, that waiting for the weather to change. Sometimes I've noticed that that's when I'll have a particularly bad spell with my hip. And this was a particularly bad one. And it's been a while since I've had a bad spell, so I wasn't prepared for it, I guess you'd say. I spent the first half of the day in bed, and then I decided to have a hot soak and to try to move around a bit. Sometimes laying around seems to make things worse. So after about 45 minutes in an Epsom salt bath, I got dressed and Slim took us out for supper at one of our favorite Mexican restaurants. And that was nice, although the drive was uncomfortable. It was nice to not have to worry about dinner or cooking or cleaning it up or any of that. It was very nice to go out for a meal when I wasn't feeling good. Um, After our meal, we decided to go walk around Walmart and pick up some last minute Christmas gifts. This was really more my idea. We didn't really need anything. I just felt like I needed to kind of slowly walk around a little bit, try to maybe loosen up that hip a little. I don't know. I'll try anything. But we got a few stocking stuffers. We didn't stay long, as my hip wouldn't stand for it. And we came back home after about 30 minutes of shopping. The drive home had me hurting, and I was glad to lay down on the heating pad and rest. It's still so weirdly warm. I hope the weather breaks soon, as I am so uncomfortable with this weather right now. I would rather it be cold and icy or pouring rain or something, but this pending weather, that's what it always seems like to me. It's pending. Something's coming. Something's waiting. It's not here yet, but it's arriving soon. And in the meantime, joint pain. Okay, so this was Monday, the 6th. We had a high in the mid 50s, a low in the mid 30s, and it was cool and clear. So a thunderstorm came through last night around 3 a.m. It didn't last long, maybe half an hour, but it dumped a lot of rain and there were some high winds. And I woke up feeling better this morning. And when I went out to put Slim's lunchbox in the Jeep, the air felt cooler and lighter somehow. I'm so glad the weather finally changed. I hate being limited by pain, and I began to get very cross and hard to be around when I just have to tolerate it for a long period of time with no relief. I start being a real, you know what. I don't even want to be around me. I'm still not 100%, but I'm feeling like getting some stuff done. I didn't really do much housework this weekend, so there are a lot of chores waiting for me. I know from past experience not to overdo it after a bad spell, so I'm just going to ease around and get the house tidy a little at a time. It's mostly dishes and laundry, which don't require much work from me. Even though it's nice outside today, I'm not going to let the cats out because I don't really feel up to chasing after them if they don't come back in when I call them. Slim let them out yesterday, though, and I've had the windows open most of last week, so they've had plenty of fresh air, and a day inside with Mom won't hurt. Norma has been especially affectionate lately. She's been following me around a lot, and she was started acting really weird. Um, Tuesday, the 7th, we had a high in the high 50s and a low in the low 30s. It was partly cloudy and cool. So, okay. Norma Jean has been acting kind of weird the last few days. Usually, she likes to keep her distance. She's definitely not a lap cat. She doesn't usually jump up on anything except the bed, and I can usually find her napping in a favorite spot. But lately, that's the past few days, she's been following me around and loudly demanding attention. Last night, she even followed me into the shower. She did. She got on the edge of the tub and walked in between the two shower curtains and came into the shower meowing loudly. So this is very odd behavior for Norma Jean. So I got to thinking, and I can't remember the last time I gave her a really good bath. With the flea problem solved, I haven't worried about bathing them unless they get dirty or smelly. And I think that Norma Jean is asking for a bath. Instead of putting her in the sink, I drew up a deep, warm bath and I really gave her a good soak and scrub. I used the baby shampoo first on her face and her tushy, and then I used her medicated itch and hot spot treatment shampoo. And I washed her several times. I washed her once with just regular shampoo, and then I washed her a couple times with her medicated shampoo. Then I let out the water while she was still in the tub, and I rinsed her with clean water from the sprayer attachment there. And then I combed her and I brushed her for over an hour until she was tangle free and almost dry. And she tolerated it very well. So today was all about Norma Jean. I think she is satisfied, and I'm glad she asked for the attention she needed. Now she will be all fluffy and clean for Christmas. Only 18 days left. And I tell you, I spent hours and hours grooming her. And I got piles and piles of hair off of her. And she just really needed a good bath and a um, lots and lots of brushing and trimming, and I found several knots in her fur and I cut them out and everything. So, and she seemed satisfied. I think that's what she wanted, was she needed a good bath and to have her hair combed out from the roots. And so we did it, and she's looking so cute and fluffy. I wish she'd walk through here so I could show you. Um, okay, on to Wednesday. This is December the 8th. We had a high in the mid 50s, a low in the low 30s, and it was cold and clear. Spent the whole morning writing Christmas cards. I can't believe I let it get this late in the season to get them ready. I'm putting wax seals on them, so that takes extra time for them to dry. You can't stack them back up too quick or they all stick together. So, yeah, it took a few hours to get them all done. I plan to go to town and go shopping tomorrow, so hopefully I can get them posted in time. But I think the international ones will have little choice of getting there on time. But if it's the thought that counts, then I'm counted. So, yeah, I was going to show you guys. These are the ones I got completed, and I thought we could just look at some of the seals, the different colors. They turned out really pretty, I think. I did some red and green, some white and silver, which I particularly like. The tree, it reminds me of like a wintertime tree, like a gray tree with white snow on it. Anyway, I really liked those colors. And then I changed, I think, to green and silver. Yeah, then I did green and silver. And added more silver, and then red and green, and red, green, and white, and red, green, and silver, and then some red and green ones. I think these are the ones I actually started with, and they turned out rather nice. Yeah. So that's how all the seals turned out. I'm going to be mailing those here in just a little while. Okay. I gave Norma another good brushing now that she's been fully dry for a whole day, and I got another huge pile of fur off of her. It's a wonder she has any hair left as much as I've gotten off of her. You'd think she'd be bald by now, but she is a fluffy queen, as always. I mean, I got a pile of hair that would be like cover half of this page and be mounded up like this high. A big mound of hair like that off her 3 times. And then the next day, I did it again twice. She has so much hair. And honestly, other than her like face and tail, I don't think her hair stops growing because when I don't trim her hair, it can get really long, like 5, 6 inches long. She has amazing amount of hair. Beautiful day today, but cold. So I'm keeping the pack inside today, except Howard, of course. He went out at 1:30 in the morning and he stayed out till 5 a.m. this morning. It's getting longer and longer. I can't understand why he wants out in such conditions. The water bowl on the porch, it's Willow's water bowl, was frozen solid when he came back in this morning. I guess he's just being a man. And there's no figuring out men. They seem to do the strangest things. Okay, so on to Thursday. This is today. And today, again, we're having a high in the mid 70s and a low in the low 60s, and it's warm and cloudy. Such strange weather for December. It feels like early October, not December. Very weird. Okay, today I'm off to town shopping for our weekly supplies and some last minute stocking stuffers, or last minute Christmas stuff, mainly stocking stuffers. Yeah, I made those big stockings and now I had to fill them up. So then I'm also going to the post office to mail all the Christmas cards. I hope they arrive sometime close to Christmas. Um, I got several other errands to do today, and I'm going to try and stop by and see Virginia between jobs when she's home, if I can time everything out right. And also with the Christmas cards, I, I'm I sent my Aussie friends are going to get us something a little different. I sent their cards in packages. So I have 3 friends in Australia, so they're not going to get a card like this. They'll get their card inside a little package. They got a different kind of card. So that just kind of crossed my mind. I thought I'd let them know. You know who you are. If you're an Aussie and you're my friend, then you're going to get a package instead of just an envelope. Okay. Howard went out at 1 a.m. this morning. See, it was 1:30. Let's see. 1:30 yesterday, 1 o'clock today. And he came back in at 5, a little before 5, and almost immediately started up his tiny cries to go outside. I do not know what he gets up to. I realize it's kind of warm today, but still. Anyway, from now on, I'm not letting him back in until after our alarm clocks go off because I'll get up and I'll put the coffee on and I hit snooze and go back to bed for 10 minutes. And I did that and I let him in. And while I was laying there resting during the little snooze minutes, he was steady beeping and crying to go outside. And look at this. Look what's happened with my back turned. Naboo, you know better. He loves that sink. Loves a sink, that boy does. Okay. I'm still having some mobility issues with my right hip. Having bursitis is painful, and when the bursae are all swollen into knots in my right lower back, it makes walking painful, so I limp. I usually don't notice I'm limping until someone asks me what I did to my foot or something like that. The point is, limping makes my back hurt, so I try very hard to walk in a normal gait so that I don't make things worse by limping. This is a real challenge, especially during the Christmas shopping season. Everyone is in a hurry, and I'm walking slow, and that annoys people who are then rude to me. 'Tis the season, right, guys? People can be such jerks. I was listening to Foxy talk about working in retail this time of year. Oh, good God. Can you imagine the kind of bull crap people? Oh, people are so rude. They just don't even think about how you're an individual. You're just your job. Okay, so I get this little magazine from my electric co-op. This is Arkansas Living magazine. And it had such a cute little section in here. I thought if you stay with me until the end of my journal, I would share this lovely little article. I'm not going to read it or anything, just kind of show you that there is a Red Ryder museum. Let's see here. And it's in Arkansas, and it has all kind of Red Ryder stuff, but it has all kind of Toy Story. It's all about Toy Story. And they have all kinds of merchandise and stuff all about not Toy Story, I'm sorry, A Christmas Story. I don't know what I meant. And you know, A Christmas Story is that classic Gene Shepherd story that was made into a movie. There's the leg lamp. You know, if you know about this show, then that's an iconic item, the leg lamp. And it's got a lot of stuff about Red Ryder. And you can see, like out back, they have a giant one behind the building, and they've got all kinds of uh, it's an air gun museum. But what I found fascinating was all the Christmas story stuff that they had. And I didn't know, but the woman that plays his mom in the movie, the mom, she was from Arkansas. And anyway, so I thought I would share that little thing. And then they always have this cute section in the book where people send in pictures of their kids or their grandkids or their pets. And they're always really cute. They're seasonal, you know. And boy, there are some cuties in here. I really like this one, grandpa and granddaughter. But yeah, just festive holiday pictures. Look at the look on that baby's face. Look how she's looking at him. Oh, that's so adorable. So cute. So yeah, they had some really cute ones this year in my magazine. And they also have lots of recipes. See, there she is. There's the mom from Christmas Story. That's the cast of Christmas Story. And here she is. Let's see, what is her name? Melinda Dillon. She is well known for her part as the mother in Christmas Story. And she's originally from Arkansas. They're calling her Mother Christmas and did an article on her. So that's cool. Yeah. I really like her. She was a great character in that movie, A Christmas Story. If you haven't seen A Christmas Story, do yourself a favor and watch that wonderful movie. I was going to see if you guys are interested in, um, I do usually once a month, they will get these recipes. And these are from people that live in my area. These are their classic family recipes. And there'll be a few each month that are sent in. See, it'll just say to submit your favorites. They also have some other recipes, like some more fancier ones, you know. Um, and I was wondering if y'all would be interested. I will share these recipes. I can just go down through here and just kind of slowly read all of them and show the pictures and say what it is. Some fudge, caramel cookies, peanut butter cookies. Those are always nice. You can almost always find everything to make peanut butter cookies right in the pantry. And pistachio, cranberry, some mulled juice, candied cashews. Oh, those look good. Those candied cashews look nice. Um, Gingerbread, pumpkin, trifle. So I've never heard of anything on these two pages, but these are definitely classic Southern favorites here. Fudge, cookies. So, and in each one there's recipes. So I was wondering if y'all are interested. I would gladly share the recipes that come in my magazine every month. And there'll be a good way to get a variety of classic Southern recipes. And I also got a calendar, and I thought I might share some of the pretty pictures of Arkansas that are represented by this calendar. And also, I'm always loving pictures like this now because this is what my son does for a living. He takes pictures of our beautiful natural state, and he edits video of our lovely, lovely state. And I have to say, although I'm partial to, uh, Arkansas is a gorgeous place to be, live, or vacation. It's very natural. That's our little motto, I think, the natural state. And a little trivia fact, Arkansas is the only state in the United States where you can find diamonds. You can go to the Crater of Diamond Park in Murfreesboro, Arkansas, and actually just find diamonds lying around. It's not as easy as that, but it is possible. Most of the large valued diamonds have been found by children. They say they're easy to spot because diamonds they don't get dirty. They don't have dust on them. So they will be shiny. That's a pretty picture. And whenever I see fireworks now, I think of my son's graduation. I used to always think of the 4th of July, but which is what this month is. But when my son graduated high school, they had a big fireworks display, and now that's what I think of when I see fireworks. Oh, I'm a sucker for a sunset, and this is a lovely one. They've got this for August. Oh, that's nice. They always have such pretty pictures, and I look at them kind of with a different eye now that my son edits and videos and photographs for Arkansas. And I didn't realize we really had this many elk. Now, this is in northern Arkansas. We don't have a lot of elk around here, but apparently up north in northern Arkansas, we've got lots of elk. But I don't see them around here. We don't have them. We have lots of whitetail. So many, they're kind of, well, you see them on the road a lot. There's a pretty little covered bridge. That looks very nice. Covered bridges always, I don't know, look kind of homey. And some pretty ducks. And I think this is the last one. Oh, now that is pretty. There's just a little old country church. That's very pretty. And that's very typical of what churches look like around here too. That is lovely. So yeah, a little bit of Arkansas living for you there. Thanks for joining me, you guys. And until next time, y'all be sweet.